The fastest man on the track at the moment is Ukyo Katayama, who in closing a gap has just gone round in 3 minutes 13 seconds.
So the lights are out on the pace car. He will go down the pit lane, which is as the bus stop starts. It's quite a long way before the start-finish line, which is what makes the pit stops here very quick. We'll talk about that later on. There goes the pace car out of the way, and now they can start the race. Nobody can overtake until they cross the start and finish line. No overtaking until then.
So Villeneuve will come out on the bus stop, and here he is. Villeneuve leads, Alesi is second, Schumacher is third. Down to La Source, the first lap at racing speed. Fisichella goes round. Now, are we going to look back and see whether there is any contact? There often is at this corner when the race is starting from a standing start, but thankfully it looks as though they have all got round clear, and Villeneuve has got that inestimable advantage of a clear track. Everybody behind him, Alesi, Schumacher, Fisichella and Häkkinen, have got those great roosters of spray being thrown up at them. They've got to drive through them. To some extent, they've got to feel their way around the circuit. Alesi is having a look at Les Combes. Michael Schumacher, who spent the whole of this morning working on the setup of his Ferrari. He was only 15th fastest this morning, and a lot of people thought he got a major problem. He hadn't. He was getting his car set up, and he's going through.
Yes, so Schumacher got a great run out of Les Combes there, but couldn't make it stick on the way in to the hairpins, but terrific drive off that last corner, and here it is again. He's going to be giving Alesi more than a few problems for the rest of this lap.
Yeah, look at Fisichella behind him. Alesi and Schumacher and Fisichella battling for second position, but Alesi's holding them up, and Villeneuve is taking advantage of the situation to pull away in the Williams Renault. But Michael Schumacher is the man to watch, the undisputed rainmaster of Formula One. We're on lap 4 now, already at 1/11th distance in the Belgian Grand Prix. Alesi, Schumacher all over his gearbox. Fisichella is behind him. Then it's Mika Häkkinen and Frentzen.
A big problem in these kind of conditions is fog inside your visor, and you've already seen Michael Schumacher. If you look closely, he's got a lot of mist on the inside of his visor. Not much he can do about that. But remember, the TV camera can see much better than the human eye, and that's what all the TV camera could see then. It's impossible to know where you're going.
Schumacher, again, he's diving left, diving right, but Jean Alesi is refusing to move. He's got the racing line, he's under no obligation to move, and Schumacher's got to force his way through. They're up to the bus stop now. This is the conclusion of lap 4, the 1/11th distance. Alesi second, Schumacher out of the bus stop together. Those enormous puddles seem to have cleared up to La Source.
Well, Schumacher's going to have to go up the inside because Alesi will go wide to take his normal. They're going to touch. He's going to turn in on you, Michael. No, he just saw him at the last moment. Well done, Jean. Good move from Michael. A bit risky when you've got a world championship at stake.
Now, the gap was 1.5 seconds. Gap, what gap? The gap between Villeneuve and Jean Alesi. Now, here's a replay as Michael Schumacher courageously, daringly takes that second place away from Jean Alesi, who just at the last moment sees the Ferrari on the right, jinks to the left. Schumacher goes through, and he's right up with Villeneuve and going for the lead at Les Combes. Incredible start to the Belgian Grand Prix, and Michael Schumacher is the man. I hate to keep repeating this, but he is superlative.
You saw him there hard on the throttle, and he's going up the inside of Villeneuve now. Beautiful move. Remember, Schumacher had those lesser treaded tyres. He should, if the track begins to dry, should have more grip, and boy is he using them well. So an easy move there really on Villeneuve. That will have taken him completely by surprise.
This reminds me of Donington 1993. Here's a replay of Michael Schumacher at the right-hander diving inside Jacques Villeneuve. Here's a replay from Schumacher's point of view, and I was saying, he's clearing off now. I was saying that this reminds me of Donington 1993. The conditions were like this. Ayrton Senna starting 5th on the grid, and that's going off the track is Ralf Schumacher. He went off on the formation lap. He's gone off again. He started from the rear of the field, trying to close up, and now you see Fisichella swarming all over the gearbox of Jean Alesi, who's in second position, my apologies. Replay of Ralf Schumacher going off.
Well, Ralph did well to get out of there. There's usually a strip of grass around the outside that the security vehicles can use, and most drivers head straight for that, because if you get bogged down in that gravel trap, we all know too well, it's the end of your day.
Well, look at it now, as Michael Schumacher comes through to complete his 5th lap. The gap previously was 1.5 seconds. Schumacher has gone through. Villeneuve is actually much slow, some 7 seconds slower on that lap. But the gap now with Schumacher.
And there goes Hill past Inez. No, he didn't make it stick. He had to lift off. He didn't really commit himself to that move. It was his teammate after all, but Damon needs to be getting on with it. He's got David Coulthard breathing down his neck also, and he needs to be going. Hakkinen doing well in 5th. Remember, as of last night, he was on the back of the grid with alleged fuel infringement, but that's since been sorted out.
Well, Deniz is in 7th place and Damon Hill is in 8th position. Here's Fisichella and Alesi battling for that 3rd place.
Yes, well, Lacey there on the wetter side of the track, having to lift the water up, but he's obviously carrying more downforce than Fisichella. Fisichella had a lot more straight line speed there and on the drier side of the track and was able to just drive straight past him. And Lacey had a go at coming back up the inside, but really wasn't close enough.
Right, well, we're on lap 6. Michael Schumacher is 6 seconds now ahead of Villeneuve already. You can see the battle for 2nd position because there is Villeneuve. Behind him is Fisichella, who's forced his way past Sean Alesi, who's down to 4th position. In 5th place, it's Mika Hakkinen in the McLaren. 6th is Frentzen, who started 7th. Pedro Diniz is 7th, ahead of Damon Hill. 9th is David Coulthard. 10th is Johnny Herbert in the Sauber.